Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. And Wargaming just revealed all of the contents of Season 10 of the Battle Pass, as well as also the tank rewards that you're going to be able to work towards, way towards in Seasons 11 and 12. And in true Wargaming's fashion, they've got excellent videos which are breaking it down, so I thought we would watch it together. But once again, if you want to watch it without my terrible commentary, please watch it on Wargaming's official channel. Alright, we're in. Some very sweaty deserts. The battlefield of World of Tanks is sweaty enough.
The first of many seasons in 2023 starts at the end of February.
So for everyone new, there's usually 3 seasons, each last for 3 months, and the token rewards that you get, but not the points rewards, roll over between the seasons. So you won't be able to get everything in the first 3 months, which is going to be March, April, May, but then you're going to be able to have the next 6 months after that to be able to earn more tokens.
Over 3 chapters, the following tankers await you.
Alright.
Sandro Mancini, a
Rinoceronte.
ready for everything, will be in his Rinoceronte in the next progressive style. A polyglot with the knowledge of 8 languages named Emil Kittel.
Wow.
Plus his mouse in the Wüstenschiff style.
You can tell he's definitely not English if he's if he knows 9 different languages.
Rebecca Holmberg, the best spy in covert operations.
With the
will
UDES.
command her UDES 1516 in the Svadilfari style.
That's pretty funky, you know. I absolutely love the mouse. The Rinoceronte is going to be buffed. And also, we're going to have all of the enjoyments of having the UDES as well.
Season.
Beautiful
What's
mouse.
More, all 3 are ready to lead you through endless sands and onto rewards.
Wow.
Most rewards are familiar, but there are also new ones, like bounty hardening, for example.
Okay, so that is very interesting. Currently, there is no bounty hardening inside the game, and you'd either go from a regular hardening, or you could put a regular hardening inside a bonus slot, or then you go straight to bond hardening, of which there haven't been very many available outside of Clan Wars or Ranked. So this will be the best hardening for those random queue dedicated players out there. So I've actually gone and broken down all of the statistics of the hardening for you here. So regular hardening does 8% hit points. Improved hardening in a slot will do 10%. Bounty hardening, when you've upgraded it, which will cost you 3 million credits, will give you 11%, which is not nearly as good as the 12.5% that bond hardening will give you, but it's still a big old upgrade. So this means that for those of you out there who don't mind spending 10 gold to demount equipment, either when you're grinding your 3 marks or maybe when you're just grinding through a tank up a tech tree, this will be fantastic for you. And remember, because it's bounty, you won't have to put it inside a durability slot, which means that maybe if you want to either put vents in there or alternatively use some protection technology in there for vehicles which have very bad fuel tanks, and that's a big bonus.
It'll help you survive not only under the scorching sun, but also in the hottest of battles.
Yeah, for sure, it does.
In the
More track
items for
health.
points section of the in-game store.
So this is all what you can spend your points on. So the only way that you can have access to these points is if you complete each of the 3 wings of each season of the Battle Pass. Yeah, you'll have to complete 150 stages of the Battle Pass effectively before you have any opportunity to spend your points. But this will allow you to catch up on all styles that you missed in previous years, as well as crew members, and then you can spend your extra points on bonds, as you can see with the extra tab.
You will find styles from Battle Pass Seasons 7 and 9.
And no, this isn't a mistake. Wargaming are not allowing you to get the styles from Season 8, which was, I believe, the Warhammer skin. So it looks like those were a one-off, and those are truly special, and I think they're going to be gone from the game. So congratulations to everyone who managed to get Season 8 styles, but maybe they'll come back and Wargaming will charge some money for them. I'm sure the Games Workshop wouldn't mind that.
And don't forget about the items for tokens section of the in-game store as well.
Whoa, here we go. 2 new tanks, ladies and gents, boys and girls. We have the BZ-58-2 and we have the Kampfpanzer 3 Project 07 HK, which is actually a tank destroyer, and it looks a lot like one of the Stridsfangs. And also, we can confirm that you're going to be able to get all of the previous rewards, including the Cobra, but the price hasn't been reduced. It's still 24 tokens. So if you want to get the new tanks, good luck trying to be able to get a Cobra as well.
First and foremost are Tier 9 vehicles, of course. And there are additions to their ranks.
Funky.
The sturdy and confident BZ-58-2 with a powerful gun and reliable armor.
Will it have the rocket boosts? will it have the rocket boosts? All right, well, why don't we take a look at the statistics? So unless I'm mistaken, I've had a look on Wargaming's webpage, and there's absolutely zero mention of any rockets for the BZ-58-2. And also, when I go on Tanks GG, there's no mention of any rockets here. There's no rocket button like you would have with all of the other tanks. If there are no rockets on this BZ-58-2, that's going to be really disappointing in my opinion. That's kind of the whole point of these vehicles. And when I look at its statistics, I see OK DPM, OK Alpha, OK Pen, OK gun handling, OK accuracy, 8 degrees of gun depression, again OK, OK mobility, OK view range, OK, pretty nice hit points, big old slab of hit points. What about the armor? Well, horrible lower plate, one of the worst lower plates I've seen on a heavy tank. Good upper hull, good turret. Wow, this thing looks rather lackluster and a rather unspecial vehicle if it doesn't get the rockets. What's up next,
Project 07HK with 2 firing modes.
Wow.
It's menacing and effective in whichever mode it uses.
Huh.
Here's another new
Well, let's take a look at that one then. So the Kampfpanzer Project 3, or the Kampfpanzer 3 Project. All right, so it's got voracious damage per minute. That's 3,085 damage per minute in one of its siege modes. Or I should, I guess, say in its travel mode. But in siege mode, it actually only has 2,160 DPM. But wow, look at its accuracy. It is going to be just as accurate as the most accurate tank in the game, the Stridsvagn 1030. Its aim time will be fabulous, but it will have quite a lot of dispersion when it is moving. And I guess I don't know whether it's going to get the same style as the Swedish TDs, where it gets the reticle in the center of your screen. All of that remains to be seen with a full tank review. But the top speed inside the siege mode drops down to 20 rather than 10 and 18 backwards. That means this is going to be a very fast tank and it won't really need a turbo. So the gun depression inside the siege mode, it goes up to 12. And that's because this vehicle, it's actually a bit like a UDES at tier 8 where the gun isn't fully locked to the hull. So you are actually going to be able to elevate and depress the gun without using the siege mode. But that is at most 3 degrees of gun depression. That is absolutely horrendous outside of the siege mode. But 3 degrees can still allow you to work quite a few positions. This vehicle is going to be very fast, 65. Not so fast backwards as the Swedish tank destroyers. The view range means that you're going to have to use binoculars on this vehicle for sure. Unless you have a really good crew and maybe take a scouting slot and then you might be able to make coated optics work. But all in all, this looks like a real funky and also fun tank. I like the idea of it being quick into position. I like the idea of it having outrageous damage per minute when it's not in the siege mode. But when it is, it will lose that damage per minute, but it's going to be able to snipe out. I wonder if what we're going to see here is a lot of players leaving the siege mode to be able to get better damage per minute and then entering the siege mode to then be able to get your shots in, a bit like a Kampfpanzer. Ooh, that would be horrible. I don't know about you, but the Kampfpanzer gives me a headache. Or should I say the Kunzerpanzer? The Kunzerpanzer gives me a headache, where I really don't like that aspect for this vehicle. But we'll have to see. Again, stay tuned to the channel. I'll try and get you a full tank review when Wargaming lets me get my hands on it.
Important feature that will appear in the middle of the season.
What's that?
Collections are where you will be able to see all your gathered customization elements from all seasons,
wow,
starting with Season 10.
Okay.
You can get up to 3 additional tokens for collecting these elements.
Oh, wow. So those tokens are what you actually use to be able to get the new vehicles. So the new German tank destroyer is going to be 27 tokens, which is the most expensive one yet. So Wargaming have clearly added some new functionality to increase the amount of tokens that you get if you're willing to do everything.
More decal and secret materials that will uncover the details of the story of 3 commanders will also be available.
Cool. All right.
More details about collections will come later. And for now, stay tuned. Collect rewards, learn all the secrets of the desert, and
that's
fight
it.
In style.
Funky. All right, good stuff. So far, it's looking like this battle pass is going to be pretty much more of the same. But there's a few things that I want to highlight for you. Firstly, the start date, March the 1st, running until the 31st of May. So it is going to be running for 3 months, and I reckon it might be the day earlier than that on the North American server, but this is the EU times. Next, it looks like the amount of points that you'll have to be able to earn to be able to get through each stage remains the same. It's 50 a pop, and you're going to have to be able to go through all 150 stages spread across 3 different commanders if you want to be able to unlock every single one of the rewards. Now, in the previous seasons, the bonus tanks, which are going to be the Rinoceronte, the Mouse, and the UDES 1516, would get extra points depending on where you finished on the team. And so if you want to be able to accelerate your progress, then you might want to pick up a rinoceronte, especially as it's going to be buffed in the same patch, the mouse, or the UDES 1516 to be able to help make your way through. So including the 3 new tokens that you get for completing the collection, that means that you're going to be able to get 24 tokens in each season of this year's Battle Pass. And so that means that you won't actually be able to get the 27 tokens in the first season required to be able to get the Kampfpanzer 3. However, what that will mean is that if you save up 24 tokens in Season 10, when it ends, I believe, on May the 31st, then you'll be able to very quickly get it as soon as Season 11 starts, which will be almost immediately afterwards. However, if you don't like the look of this German tank destroyer with its siege mode, then you could actually be able to get the BZ-58-2 in a single season as long as you complete all of the collection as well. However, this vehicle just doesn't look very exciting at all. And Wargaming, I really think you should have put rockets on it, even if you have to reduce its statistics to be able to make the rockets balanced on this vehicle. Isn't that the whole point of the BZ line? And I think it's definitely an oversight by them, or just maybe a lack of balancing. Maybe they were worried that it would be overpowered with rockets. But considering that the Chinese rocket tanks just went into the game, I see no problem with having a tier 9 reward vehicle. It's not like any of the non-premium BZ-176s are actually doing all that well inside the game. So all in all, this does put a lot of pressure on you this season with regards to being able to decide what you want to get for your tokens. In total, you are going to have 72 tokens to spend on. And if you're a player who likes to collect everything, obviously you're going to spend 24 on the BZ-58 and you're going to spend 27 on the Kampfpanzer 3 project. So that means that you're only going to have 19 spare tokens to be able to get whatever you want. And if you put 3 into one of the battle passes for each of the seasons, then you're only going to have 9 spare tokens to maybe pick up one of the vehicles that you missed, or alternatively get some extra bonds. So there's a lot of pressure on us this season, considering that Wargaming are ramping up the price again and again and again. In the previous season, sure, we could only get 63 tokens, but the Lorraine was 6 less and the Cobra was 3 less than that. So I feel like you actually had more tokens available, considering that nobody really wanted the Lorraine in the previous season and you'd probably have spent them on other tanks. I think it will probably be similar in this season, where nobody really wants the BZ-58-2. People will probably save their tokens up, get the Kampfpanzer 3 project, and then spend all of their spare tokens on getting much more fun vehicles like the Char Future 4. And I'd like to clarify as well that that amount of tokens of 72 is only going to be achievable if you purchase all of the premium stages of the Battle Pass, which will cost you 7,500 gold each 3 months. And as we can see, 9 of the tokens each season are only for the premium customers. So if you don't want to spend any gold on getting the premium battle pass, you're only going to be able to get 15 each season. That's 45 in total all the way through the year. And that is if you can manage to complete all of the collections and you've been grinding quite hard in each of the months. But I'd like to remember all of the free-to-play customers out there that, irrelevant of you not being able to get a few of the tokens, this is still a fantastic opportunity where every 90 days you can actually manage to get 12 days of premium just from the Battle Pass. That is 4 days in each of the 3 different sections. And one of my biggest recommendations to all of you free-to-play players out there who don't have access to premium time the whole year round is that when you're about to finish a chapter, you can actually switch to another chapter just before you get that day of premium, and then maybe when you come home on a Friday, activate the chapter, you'll get the day of premium within your first few games, and then you can use that premium day for the whole of like Friday night and then maybe on Saturday afternoon as well. And it will allow you to be able to get your 3 times experience boosts on 2 separate days with just 1 day of premium. And it's what I do a lot of on my free to play account to be able to make some massive progress. And so this battle pass is actually incredibly generous of Wargaming to not just their paying customers, but also the free-to-play customers as well. Outside of all of the events that Wargaming run, or all of the premium time that they give away in the Twitch drop store, this is going to be 36 days of premium given away at a time where you can activate it effectively wherever you want if you're willing to bounce around the chapters a little bit over the next 270 days. So it's actually really cool. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was an extensive look at the upcoming Battle Pass Season 10, and also a kind of theory crafting for what's going to be coming in 11 and 12, at least with regards to how you can spend your tokens. And yeah, really hope it was useful for you. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If you hated the video, give it a thumbs down. And let me know which of the two new tanks you think looks exciting, or do you think that both of them look awful and you're going to try and play catch up from last year and maybe get yourself a Cobra or possibly the wonderful Char Future 4? And what do you think about the new bounty equipment available as well? Are you going to be racing to try and get your hands on the bounty hardening, and what vehicle are you going to invest it on? And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.